Here we are, your first world to redeem from me. Well, it's not exactly a normal world. This one is magically warded against wanton stupidity. You didn't think I would give you the keys without teaching you the ropes first. Anyway, lesson 1. Oh, crap. It's the priority line. Sorry, I've got to take that. Oh well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. In the name of me, it never stops. I swear I need vacations far, far away. Much fun.
Look at you, all alone, you poor thing. Call me Lily. You're appointed Chief of Staff and all-purpose advisor. Pleasure's all mine. Oh, don't be surprised. You'll be in very good company ruling over hell as its new administrator. And yes, before you mention it, I am indeed a succubus, the very first to ever be. Don't worry yourself, however. I am very much tamed. Even if there is still some bite left in me. Oh, please, you need only ask. But enough fun talk. We have souls to punish. Allow me to teach you a few tricks before the chairman comes back, First, let's visit this realm's overworld. See for yourself. Meet your administered sentient chickpeas. Yes, you heard me right. They're called hummus. They aren't overly smart and they have a tendency to sin a lot, but I suppose that's why we're here, to cleanse them in between their lives before it gets too bad. For example, if you were to judge these guys as needing a quick trip to hell, you could always nudge their fate the right way, right? What? What was that? I was being hypothetical. Anyway, no biggie. Dying isn't that much of a big deal for the hummus. That's kind of what they do anyway. All right, now that the introductions are done, have a look around. Oh, yes. This is the seeding temple. It flew all the way here from heaven to populate this world with hummus. Essentially, it's the building that binds everything together with our hellish operations, so if it gets destroyed, there's no recovering from that. We're done. So, needless to say, should that happen, you're going to annoy a lot of important people. Trust me, I should know. We do not want that kind of attention. If I haven't forgotten my hummus biology class, they have a wheat and fish-based diet. I wonder though, when sentient chickpeas eat wheat-based food, does it taste like meat for them? And this is where their sweet soul goes when they die. They'll chill there for a while, until they get buried away to hell. All right, there's someone I want you to meet. He should arrive anytime now. Anytime. Come on. Come on! Ugh! Neither of us have time for that. Did you know you can manipulate the flow of time according to your needs? Could you please give it a boost? Finally, meet Steve, the Reaper. He created a company for the delivery of souls. He works with us as a private contractor for Hell Inc. Note that his bus has a maximum capacity, so if souls do miss the bus, they'll have to try and get the next one. And another successful shipment. All right, I think it's time for you to check the office. Let's follow our souls in hell. Welcome to Hell Inc., Administrator. Your bureaucratic empire starts today. Now that the Reaper bus unloaded the souls, it's on us to do our job. Here's the theory. We must reduce the sins of these naughty boys and girls. To do that, we will punish them appropriately inside buildings depending on what sins they accumulated throughout their lives. Then, once we're comfortable with the amount of sins they have left, we can just have the layout we built gently lead them to the resurrection gate so they can take a new shot at life. I'll let you tour your playground a little bit before we begin. Remember this. Hummus and souls keep their sins through life and death. They might forget their previous life, but there is no reset on the taint their souls carry. That's precisely why our job is critical if you don't want the hummus to go insane with sins, or worse. Much worse. Don't even ask. If we do our job right, for every soul we resurrect with low enough sin, we will get awarded with precious heroes. Heaven's currency. You'll be able to spend these in R&D and further develop your powers, but I'll go back to that later. All right, time to build. This basic punishment building can transform sins into hard cash, $dollars. It's not very good at it, though. Well done. And don't you worry, I'm blocking these souls for now. I think we'll want a Hell Pet show next. This building produces faith coins by trading souls. Faith coins are consumed to power your spells. You'll want a lot of these to have fun in the overworld. All right, I'm freeing the freaks. Ugh. I think we need more souls. Should we go get more, if you get my drift? Okay, when you're on the hunt, be creative with the environment. You might be surprised how a little fantasy can be rewarding. My personal favorite? Crushed by the udders of a cow. And don't you feel bad for them, okay? It's strictly professional. There's no wrong in having fun at work. Oh, all out of juice? Let me patch you up. Here you go. Have fun. You should keep an eye on your faith coins. You spend them rather fast. Oh, well done. You're a natural. It shows. Well, dear administrator, we're all done with the basics now. Why don't you earn your keep? That's bound to please the chairman when he returns. Lily out. My, we might just make something out of you. Good job. Kiss, kiss.
Ah, I see you've met your chief of staff. Good old trustworthy Lily.
You know me, straight as an arrow.
As any arrow should be. Otherwise, bang! Crooked Arrow's trash bin, huh? Anyway, as it seems that Lily already took it upon herself to onboard you, I'll leave you two to it. Got calls to make. Busy, busy, busy. But hey, good talk.
Anyway, big day for you coming up. Your first real assignment. But before we dive into it, you should meet your coordination team. This is Rupert, our expert in everything hummus-related. I think he has a PhD in homology or something like that, allegedly.
Yes. Well met, Administrator. Some could say that I am indeed a specialist. I have helmed for several years the Institute of Sins and Hummus, where we study the interaction.
What a dork! I love this guy.
And that would be Larry.
Damn right I am, the Larry. Hotshot, ladies' man, and 3-time world champion of forklift tuning.
And your job is...
Well, I'm the man you want to talk to for everything maintenance and infrastructure related. I keep this whole little operation tight and steady.
And no one doubts that. And finally, we have...
I can introduce myself, thank you. I'm Janine, Mistress of Paperwork and Processes. And, if I'm not mistaken, that is all you're required to know.
Right. Good. Good. Well, now that you've met your crew, let's get to work. On your mark. Before I leave you off the hook, there's still a handful of topics you should go through if you don't want mayhem to strike within days.
Let us begin the Hummus political theory course. If you open your manual, chapter 12, page 78, paragraph 4?
Rupert, we don't distribute these manuals to administrators anymore. Budget reallocation? Just make it short, yes?
Oh, I wasn't aware. I'm not a fan of improvisation. Can we postpone this?
Step aside, buddy. Let me handle this. All right, Chief, here's the deal. There's some kind of scepter imbued with the power to control the hummus population. It's planted in a magical rock in front of the temple. It randomly selects a new ruler whenever there isn't one. And then that guy has to go through the coronation process to finally do his thing. And, the ruler, do what rulers do. Same as you, I guess? Sorry, Chief, I'm still a bit fuzzy on what you actually do.
Administrator, please note that Hummus rulers will determine the life paths of others as well as what to build according to their personality. So expect wildly different priorities from a ruler to the next. These rulers often bolster the spirit of the Hummus that they favor, giving them an edge for as long as this ruler remains in power.
Which means, if you don't like this one, you can change. Just spitballing ideas, of course, but an inappropriate ruler could end up having an innocuous accident, like smashing his face against a wall. Such a tragedy. The king is dead. Long live the king. Such eagerness.
Ah, the brave Hummus explorers. Famous for, well, famous for their casualty rate, really.
Seems that these resources are free to claim. Good for them. Uh-oh. Another squad isn't having as much of a good time. Very, very bad puppies. You did good. However, more will come if you don't also destroy the lair. These logs might come in handy. If you can aim, that is. Oh, all out of juice? Let me patch you up. Here you go. Have fun. Oh, look. They were guarding a chest. Maybe you should crack that open.
Chief. All that cash will, come in handy. Let's use it to kickstart our hellish operations.
Ugh, what a mess. Look at these degenerates, lobbing up chaotically. They should wait their turn in an orderly fashion. What do you explain? Work. Whatever. Much better. It's prettier that way, and has the added benefit of preventing them from accumulating sin while inside the line.
Chief, all of this is fine and dandy, but what about our breaks? I've seen guys purposely take longer if you don't give them facilities dedicated to chilling. We don't want souls to bumble in here. You should connect the building with an imp-only road to avoid hummus getting lost in personnel-only neighborhoods.
Good you tidied things up a bit, but it's still missing something. Maybe it's a bit too bland. Look at the souls. They behave like they're in an amusement park. We should spook them a bit.
The doctor told me to take it easy.
Administrator, are these decorations meant to stay?
Holy hell, some of these decorations scare the bejesus right out of me.
Yeah, I might have to file a complaint if you make us work around these.
Oh, there's always something. We should probably build motivating props as a token of goodwill for the employees. I hope they're happy now. Or at least happier. Not sure they can ever be satisfied.
We heard that.
Ah, much better. They should work faster now. Maybe.
Oh my gosh, I work too much.
I was thinking, this heavy magical tome you were given when you got the job. Maybe we should have a little chat about it. It is the one and only Liber Administratum, a codex of immense power raving about the art of bureaucracy. Your predecessors imbued it with teachings of their own, before it was eventually passed on to you. You will have to attune to it if you want to decipher its powers and technologies. Don't let yourself be intimidated by it. With time, it will be easier to navigate through its chapters. Here, I was allowed to award you 5 heroes to get you saddled up, courtesy of the chairman. The heroes are the heavenly currency you will have to spend to study the Liber Administratum and unlock new powers. To get more, you'll have to do your job and purify the hummus of their sins. More precisely, every time a hummu resurrects from hell with a low enough amount of sin, you will get 1 hero. Easy enough, yes? For now, let's have you acquainted with a very important tool, the Souls Dispatcher. Good. Thanks to this tool, you will segregate souls according to any criteria you may fathom. This is by far the most important building for an efficient bureaucracy. We will want a hero's lane that checks the amount of corruption in a soul before letting it through. That way, you'll make sure to only resurrect souls that will award you a hero. Great! You learn fast. Now it's up to you to make up your own rules. In a bureaucracy, making stuff up can be its own reward. Now, this hell is already much smarter than when we found it, but it's still missing one little thing. Loops. Not yet. Try to follow the advised layout for now. You'll make your own mistakes soon enough, don't worry. Perfection. I think we're done here for now. Nightfall. The hummus will stop working and head home now. I could tell you they're going to go to sleep, but you're a grown-up. You can take the blunt truth. Hummus tend to shaboink at night. A lot. In fact, they can get pretty naughty, even to my standards. At least now you know where their daily natality comes from.
If I may, should you feel like preventing them from having a promiscuous night, you can always disturb them during the deed. If you do that, it will remove them from those partaking in the natality count for the next dawn.
Why would you prevent them from having some fun? No. This goes against my work ethics.
I wonder why. Damn buzz succubi are the best.
Well, if you're overflowing with hummus, with all the problems that it brings, and want to slow down their development, that would be a good way.
You should keep an eye on your faith coins. You spend them rather fast.
that studies have shown that disturbed heroes are prone to wrathful tantrums if disturbed during their frivolous moments. So much so that they might just go back to work rather than stay home to listen to this cacophonous chaos.
I think we've established that we shouldn't do that. So let's wait for dawn and check the morning's fresh creation of newcomers.
Administrator? It seems that one of your collaborators deserves a raise. Surely that takes priority over messing with people's night activities.
Good employees do not come cheap. Sometimes fostering mediocrity is a good way to save cash.
Really?
What? I'm just saying. That's an option. Every day at dawn, you will have to pay the sum of all wages and maintenance costs of Hell buildings merged into the upkeep value. If you can't pay, you should expect strikes from your employees.
You're damn right we will.
Don't mess around with people's cash.
We're not slaves, I think.
See? You'll want to keep a close eye on your upkeep. Alright, I think that's it. We've covered some more advanced notions. Let's give you the opportunity to experiment a little bit and earn some much-needed heroes.
My gosh, I work too much.
Oh boy, finally.
Yeah, I did it. Serving others is always a pleasure.
Look at you flying so low. I think the chairman will want to see for himself what you can do without training wheels. And frankly, so do I. Let's see what you're really made of.